anything that comes out of 47th Street is bullshit.
Hey everyone, it's Chris with 8 Bells and all's well. Hope you're doing good on this Friday. This clip has been shared with me so many times, and the original one with Nico, that I thought I'd give my 2 cents about it because I think, it's worth talking about. And essentially, if you haven't seen the original Nico clip, it's out there somewhere. I just used the one that was shared with me most recently. Um, he really beats up on Reem on that one. And Reem, if you don't know, is a watch dealer, jewelry dealer in on 47th Street in New York. And but I just left that clip. I cut most of that out and just left the clip where he says that everything out of 47th Street is BS. And I've said this before that a lot of what you see in social media um, is theater. It's meant to get followers, likes, and shares. And you know this because a lot of, I shouldn't say a lot, but at least some of the dealers that we see regularly have gone on other platforms and said that they make more money off the social media aspect of it than they do off flipping watches. And I can tell you as a dealer, unless you're committing some sort of huge fraud on people, and outright stealing, you're not making millions of dollars. You're not even making thousands of dollars off flipping watches unless you're doing it at like some crazy volume. What I think is missing though in the part of the conversation, or the much larger part of the conversation, is why post on social media if you're not, if you're not getting a social media presence out there. I think it kind of goes against you. And when I started my business, I knew right away that I had to start posting Instagram and Reels and TikToks and YouTubes, um, because I wanted people to see that I was real. I'm a real Navy veteran. I'm a real person, in Southern California, doing this watch business as a side hustle to fund my watch habit because I'm a watch enthusiast first and foremost. But I wanted to convey that, or give that, to let everyone know that, hey, this is truly something that exists. Because I was always, as a consumer of watches before I started getting into this business, I was always like wondering, like, this is legit, is this real? I mean, you go to, if you have never purchased on Rolex forums or Watch You Seek or Reddit Watch Exchange, those are 100% built on trust. I'm going to send somebody a bunch of money, and I'm going to hope that they're going to send me a watch, and I'm going to pay a really good price for it. Now, does it always turn out like rosy? No. There's been issues with fraud. There's scammers out there, but there are steps that you can take as an individual buyer that help you, or at least better prepare you for that. And I think I'll talk about some of that. If you guys are interested in that, I can do a whole series on stuff like that. If you're going to buy on What You Seek or Reddit Watch Exchange or Rolex forums, um, these are legitimate marketplaces where you can actually get really great deals, and you're going to pay less than you would like on Chrono 24 or eBay. But I get it. And or directly from the AD, because I get it. Cause I was a consumer first. I'm a consumer first. And, um, what you're buying is that that security, right? That, hey, that this is monitored. I'm going to, um, feel comfortable about the deal that I'm entering into because there are safeguards in place. But I know walking in that there's going to be a premium to pay for that. So when people ask me, hey, what's your pricing for this? And I'll say, well, on eBay, it'll be this. The eBay is going to be the highest. Like Chrono 24 might be the second highest. And then direct is going to be much lower than that. And when I say much, I mean significantly lower, because those fees that you pay on those other platforms as a dealer are really cut into your margins. And like I've said before, you're not making a lot of money on these. And I don't fault anyone for going or wanting to do those through eBay, through Chrono 24, through the DAD directly, because look, at the end of the day, it's your money. If you want to have pay that premium for that security, please do. I did it. I've done it. But so to have the, like I said, I don't try to orchestrate stuff. I'm not doing flips. I'm not doing all that kind of stuff. Going back to the original point of the video, is like, I'm not trying to do any of that stuff. I'm just trying to show you all that, hey, I'm a human. I'm not an AI chatbot. I'm not deep fake. If I was, I'd look much better and much thinner. Uh, but I do it because I know what a significant investment it is to do that, and to have trust is everything in this business. The second I screw over someone in this business online and it gets out, I'm done. I'm cooked, because that's All I have is what I have is my reputation, not only on social media, but here, but on all the forums that people say, hey, avoid Abe Bells, then I'm done. I'm cooked. And I think also social media gives that sense of familiarity, right? We think we know that person because we've seen them on Instagram, we follow them, we've seen all their videos. We think we understand and know that person, but a lot of times you get to remember that's a persona. That's not even the real person. I mean, how many people on Facebook that we see that we follow? We go, oh, we know that's all BS. So yeah, okay, so a lot of it's contrived. I don't try to do those things. I'm not going to take you know uh, a swatch and try to turn it into an Audemars Piguet. I'm not going to go to a bunch of people and say, hey, let me flip your watch or take you. I'm not going to do that kind of stuff because that's not my deal. My deal is to just say, hey, I have some knowledge, I learned something, I want to share it with you. This is the social aspect, right, of the social media. And if I can help you, yeah, great, come to me. If I can, I will. And a lot of you have come to me, and I've done my best to try and help people. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can. And some people come to me and say, hey, I want to buy this watch, and then go somewhere else. That's fine. I look, at the end of the day, I'm happy that you're buying watches because at the end of the day, it's watches, right? And I'm a watch fan first, and I want you to be happy with your end product, with what you get. And I'm here to say that even though a lot of that social media stuff is theater, it's entertaining, right? I mean, I enjoy watching it a lot of times. So, is it a big deal? I don't think so, but I just always go into it with a grain of salt. You kind of now know a little bit why I do it, and why I try to do stuff and the kind of content you see. And I'll go to watch events and have a low battery and not be able to film anything. Um, but um, but I'm real. Look, it's I just want to give that air of authenticity because at the end of the day, for me, it's just I want you guys to feel comfortable with me. And if you want to do business with me, that you can do business with me, feel comfortable doing business with me. So anyway, that's my take on this. I know it's a long video. I hope you have a great weekend. I'll be back again. I may go to a watch event. The 1916 company is having a watch event, which is like a pre-owned event. I'll see. I'll make sure my batteries are charged. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet or not, but if I do, I'll come back with some content for you. Otherwise, and if you want me to do a series on stuff, like if you want to buy, like I said, on Reddit or Chrono 24, let me know. Hit me up. I'll post what I learn and what I do for myself as a dealer, but also as a just a regular watch buyer, to protect myself and do everything I can to kind of protect myself from scammers and stuff like that. Take care of each other, and I'll talk to you soon.